Welcome everyone to the New Fly Fisher. I'm your host Bill Spicer. On today's show, we're in Ontario's beautiful north in one of my favorite spots to fish, Sault Ste. Marie. We're going to fish the rapids and see how unique of a fishing spot this is. It's going to be a great show, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Let him go back to live another day. Oh, baby! Look at that fish.
World record! We talked earlier about having the optimum conditions. Here we've got perfect conditions.
This is a good example of the family Heptageneidae.
This is why you need a lot of backing.
The New Fly Fisher was made possible thanks to Ontario, yours to discover, Scientific Anglers, Sage Fly Rods.
On today's show, the New Fly Fisher crew is back in Ontario's North Country in Sault Ste. Marie. In 1920, Ernest Hemingway stated, "At the present time, the best fishing in the world is in the rapids of the Canadian Soo." This statement still has merit, as the rapids of the St. Mary's River are truly a fly fisher's mecca. What was true in 1920 is still true today. This is a unique and almost perfect fishery. Species available in the rapids are steelhead, Atlantic salmon, pink salmon, Chinook salmon, brown trout, resident brook trout, and even whitefish. I got a fish. It's the fall, and the annual run of pink salmon and Chinook salmon is on. This is a time to have some fun. Now, on today's show, we'll discuss technique on how to take some of these pinks and Chinooks. On the second part of our show, we'll discuss other techniques. But right now, I think I got myself a pink salmon here, and it looks like a male. They're so much fun to catch. And I'll get my net ready. And this is a pretty good one. There we go. Now, oh, fly popped right out. As you can see, nice pink salmon, big male, as you can tell with the kype on the jaw. Nice model appearance, great fish. I'll just put him back in the water here, and he should be fine. And away you go. Wow, 10 minutes here, and I got my first fish. Pretty good spot. I had originally planned to fish for Chinook salmon on this trip, but it was a little early for the run. However, I was not disappointed as there was a good run of pink salmon in. This is one fish I never tire of catching. This probably is a Chinook. I don't know. Oh, this will give me a good fight. I'm thinking it's a Chinook. It's fighting a little bit harder than the pink. And I've got a heavier rod with me. It's giving me quite the tussle here. Oh, and he let go. Oh, boy, oh boy. You know what that was? That was just a huge pink salmon. I couldn't believe it. Generally, a pink salmon, a big one will run about 5 pounds. I think I probably had an 8-pounder on there, so that was, I hope I get another one like that. That was incredible. Wasn't expecting that at all. You can only access the rapids from the Canadian side, and your first impression is the rapids appear quite intimidating. This is not the case though. The St. Mary's River drains Lake Superior into Lake Huron, with the rapids only a minor 2/3 of a mile of its length by 1/4 of a mile wide. The riverbed is bedrock, boulders, rubble, gravel, and sand. Perfect spawning grounds for fish. The rapids are divided into two by a cement dike that runs its length. Inside the dike are quite wadeable waters with pools, runs, and riffles. On the far side of the dike are the main rapids, with many channels, rapids, and runs. There are also 3 large pools that hold multitudes of fish. The largest and most productive pool is the Canadian. There we go. I changed patterns. I went to an egg pattern, and the first cast. Now this egg pattern, boy, this guy's really running. I'm gonna have to continue up with him. Man, oh man, he's strong. He's actually working his way up through the current. And he's on the other side of a big rock for me. Oh man, incredible strength once they get in this current. Now, I'm gonna try to get him over on the side here. I don't want to force him too much. Now, this is a very good fish, and he's spooking a lot of other fish around him. Wonder if I can get him out of this fast water. Oh, I gotta watch my line. This is a good one. Okay. Oh. Oh boy. That fly popped out. This is an incredible pink salmon. Now, Ontario's north country, Sault Ste. Marie, for nice pink salmon like this. This is considered a large male. Male, hook jaw, nice big hump on its back there. Look at it. Incredible fight, as you've seen. He really gave a good account of himself. These are incredibly strong fish for the size. Just wonderful. Now I'm going to release him. Face him upstream. Give him a minute. And as soon as I feel him kick in my hand, then I can let him go. And he's kicking now. And away you go. Oh, incredible. That was just wonderful. I'd like to talk to you right now about the flies that I've been using today. First off, egg patterns. Now, as you can see, I got a variety of egg patterns here, all different colors, and the water clarity dictates pretty much what I've been using. I've been using some white ones here. They look like single salmon eggs themselves. I did have a bit of luck on a chartreuse one. I think I took one fish on that. He hit it pretty hard. Why, I don't know, because the conditions really aren't conducive to that right now. We got clear water. But I got some cheese color ones, or light yellow. They work quite well. And I have some up here that have a yolk in them. They're white and they got like an orange yolk in them. They sometimes work better. But single egg pattern is actually about the hottest fly you can use, not only for salmon, but also for steelhead. They work very well for steelhead. Now, on the other side of my box here, I have some woolly worms. These are great. Woolly worms work on trout, they work on bass, they work on salmon. They're a great all-round fly. They're one of my favorites, and I actually took one on that today. I've got some bead-headed stoneflies here. Now, they haven't really worked today, but that doesn't mean they're not going to work later on. If we get into some overcast conditions, something like this really works well. Now, I got another box here that I have some nymph patterns in. I did take a couple on copper johns that are these flies right here. They're a good all-round fly. Some basic black nymph patterns. I have some pink eggs here, but they've really not worked today. I don't know why they're not taking them. Maybe they're a little bit small. I really don't know. I have some actual trout flies that sometimes when conditions get really tough, you go to a duller color. So I've actually got some hare's ears here, and I've just got some basic nymph patterns, mayfly nymph patterns here. And then I have some hair wing spay flies. And I use these for swinging, for Chinooks and that. There's not too many Chinooks in right now, so I haven't had a great chance to use it. I'm using them right now, but I haven't had anything hit yet, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work. But I always have a supply of hair wing spay flies just for swinging in the current. The indicator just stopped on me. I was just saying I was going to switch flies, and bammo, he hit. And I'm pretty sure I got another pink. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to move down because I got quite a bit of current here. It's easy to tell the males. They're darker and they got a hump right behind the head. The interesting thing about these fish, when they first come in the river, they're silver and that hump does not appear. And only when they start getting their spawning colors, that hump appears. And I'm gonna have to move downstream a bit here. Try to keep this guy out of the fast water. God, they're a handsome fish as far as I'm concerned. I really like the look of these things. They're aggressive. What they are trying to do right now is they're trying to keep everything away from the hand. Doesn't matter what it is, they're not really feeding. And backhand, he's actually a little bit too big for my net. Aren't they gorgeous? I really, really like them. I like that hump. They're very, very hard fighters. Terrific, terrific. And let's get him in the water. And away he goes.
The technique for today is the dead drift nymphing technique. It's important to keep the cast short and lift the line up off the water. It's also necessary to follow with the rod tip at the same speed as the indicator is traveling. It's important to strike at anything that moves the indicator. It might be a rock or it could be the fish of a lifetime. All good nymph fishermen strike many times when working a run. The setup we are using today is a floating line to a 9-foot leader with 14 to 16 inches of fluorocarbon tippet at the end. I have set my indicator at about 2 times the depth of the water, so if the water is 3 feet deep, I will place the indicator at 6 feet from the fly. I place my split shot above the knot that connects my tippet to my leader, and I only use the minimum amount of shot to get the fly to the bottom. Sault Ste. Marie, or the Soo as it's nicknamed, is located on the St. Mary's River in Ontario. Across the river is its twin city of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. The two cities are connected by an international bridge which crosses over the rapids and the locks. The city offers top-notch accommodations, restaurants, shopping, a casino, train tours, and a picturesque boardwalk that follows the harbor. Celebrities such as the first Canadian woman in space, Roberta Bondar, along with NHL hockey players Phil and Tony Esposito, are from the Soo.
I think I upset this fish enough that he finally hit. Just kept putting it by him, putting it by him, putting it by him, and he finally hit. It's not a huge fish, but certainly they fight well. Oh man. And I gotta apply a little side pressure here. For such a small fish, they give a real good tussle. They use the current well. It's a good fight. Good fight. He's decided that he really wants to give me a tussle here. And see if I can get him in. A little side pressure, get him side. As long as I can pull this fish in, I pull him in. The minute he starts to run out, I give him a little line. And away we go. We're getting close. Another nice male. Nice male. And I'll get my net ready. And away we go. Okay. Now, another fine male pink salmon. I think they're handsome. I really do. They're extremely fierce looking as far as I'm concerned. I really enjoy catching them. And this one is looks about 4.5, 5 pounds. I caught one yesterday up around 7 pounds. Now mind you, he got off, but it was about 7 pounds, so I was really excited about how big they are this year. Okay, now I'm just going to put him upstream, and again, making sure that his face is upstream, the water goes through his gills, and just wait for him to start kicking. And he'll start kicking in a minute here. And away he goes. Oh, that was great. That was great, and I'm all tangled up with my net. Sometimes happens. That was wonderful. Well, Sault Ste. Marie is probably the hub of any kind of fish that you ever want to get. There's steelhead here, pink salmon, Chinook salmon, Atlantic salmon, which we heard yesterday somebody caught one. There is whitefish, brown trout, and speckled trout. It's a real mecca of a fishing. So, you make Sault Ste. Marie one of your next trips. Now I'm dealing with a lot of wind today. As you can see, my line's blowing like crazy. And in most cases, when you're nymph fishing, you want to lay the line up high. But as you can see there, the wind is actually blowing my indicator right off the water. So now I must lay it on the water and mend upstream if I need be. Lay it on the water so the wind doesn't grab it and follow along. I know I do preach keeping the line up, but there is times where you just can't do it. Now, control becomes an issue here. You want to get the fly to the fish first. So sometimes you even got to resist it and pull the indicator back. And I'm trying not to do a long cast today because of this wind. Oh man, I love this.
The best places to find fish are in the current seams. A seam is where two currents of different speeds meet. Fish will lay in the slower of the two currents, but near the fast current. An easy way to determine where the seams are is to follow where the foam or the bubbles go.
I got another fish on. This one's a little bit lighter. I might have a hand, I'm not sure. I haven't got it up yet. But this, oh no, it's another male. Another male. Just looks like a fresher run male. It's not quite as dark as the other ones. And I'll get my net ready. He's just about ready to come in. Now, you're best to get below the fish and have the current bring it down to you. Like so. And in the net it goes. It's the easiest way. Okay. Now, as you can see,
Took it right in the nose. Fly out. And another fine male. I've only got one female this time, and that's good. That's good. The males are the aggressive ones. These are the ones I target, and they actually fight harder. The females are full of spawn, and they don't have the fighting ability that these males do. But as you can see, it's a wonderful, wonderful fish. Okay, now we're going to do our normal release, and again, head first. Oh, and he's ready to go right away. And away he goes. Oh, boy, that was quick. Oh, that was wonderful. That was wonderful. Ah, let's try that again. A little piece of advice I can give you when coming fishing the Sault Rapids, you must have a wading staff. That's your third leg. It really steadies you. We have some pretty slick boulders here, big size rocks that move, so definitely you need a wading staff. I also have felt boots with spikes on them. That helps the spikes, but actually the felt is better. That helps you with the slime on the rocks. It's definitely something you need when you come to the Sault Rapids. Oh man, another one. All right. Ah, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty upset with me right now. The fish seem to be pretty active. Oh yeah. Nice big male, nice big male. I seem to be getting all the males, and which is good, which is good. I really don't want the hens. And again, little side pressure. Bring him in on the side. Then he has to fight me and the current. If I hold straight up like that, then he's fighting just the current. And again, you see, Sault Ste. Marie Pink Salmon. Feisty little guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show and learned something about fishing for pink salmon. For more information on today's show and other shows we have, visit us on the web at thenewflyfisher.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
The New Fly Fisher was made possible thanks to Ontario, yours to discover. Scientific Anglers. Sage Fly Rods.